ConsentMagic is now certified by IAB Europe. You can find it here on the management platform list under position 444. They used our main name, pixelyoursite.com. ConsentMagic is a plugin from Pixel Your Site. So that's why you will see our main domain here. So yeah, we are now approved by IAB Europe, which is great. How does it work? Let me show you exactly. Let's go inside Pixel Your Site plugin. We now have a new consent type rule for IAB. Enable this rule, drag it on top, maybe disable GDPR because IAB targets the same locations as GDPR. And after you do this, the consent on the website will be different from what is there by default from ConsentMagic. We have this text that was approved by IAB. We have a list with purposes and more options here where you can configure all sorts of things according to IAB framework, including a list of vendors, a lot of vendors. These are all vendors from IAB, and these are vendors from Google AgTech partners. We have support for those as well with this rule. So what happens? When the user express their consent, ConsentMagic creates a string with information, and this string is used by all these vendors that are partners with IAB. So ConsentMagic instructs these vendors according to user options regarding consent. That's the basic stuff about IAB framework. Now, there are a few things I want to show you. You have various options inside the rule itself, but they're much more limited compared to our default rules. Why? Because IAB is very strict, so we cannot allow you to change the text. We cannot allow you to change the logic behind the content of the rule. Everything has to be there according to their requirements, so you cannot change them. And there are various settings here. We have a dedicated page here, IAB settings. For example, you can disable some of the purposes that you don't think are necessary for your website, special purposes, features, but more importantly, vendors, because as you notice, there are a lot of vendors. You can limit the number to the ones that are relevant for your website. Show just the following vendors. You can search for a particular one or enable. I will just enable a few to show you how it works. The same for Google. And now update settings. And on the website, the number of vendors is updated. So these are those vendors approved, configured inside the plugin settings, and not all the very large list from IAB. Another thing that I want to show you is this. Inside the rule, we have this option to enable ConsentMagic native script controls. What it means. So ConsentMagic by default scans your website for scripts, the scripts that you actually have, like the Metapixel or Google Analytics, and blocks or allows them according to user preferences. However, when the IAB rule is used, we don't do this. We do something else. We create that string with the user consent and make the string available for vendors, that large list of vendors. However, if you enable this option, we will also control those scripts according to user preferences. So yes, Meta is a vendor from IAB, but with this option on, we will also block the Metapixel if the user doesn't give their consent for marketing, or another category that is used for the metapixel. I think that this is better because under GDPR you actually have the obligation to block tracking when the user doesn't want to be tracked. Another thing that's useful with this option on, we send the necessary code for Google Consent Mode. So another reason to keep this option on. And also here under scripts and cookies, our native categories here have a mapping option to a IAB purpose, because we will not display our categories with the IAB rule. We will display these purposes, so we need to know when to allow or block scripts according to user preferences based on their options for IAB purposes. So you can say, okay, analytics will go under this purpose or another purpose. You can make any change you want. That's basically it. This is how the new IAB rule works. If you want to have it on your website, simply enable it and maybe disable the GDPR rule, delete caches, and simply check your website. One more thing, this rule will be automatically translated in all the European languages based on the website language settings. So if the website is in, I don't know, Spanish, we will show the text in Spanish. If you use a multilingual plugin, we will follow, again, the options from that multilingual plugin. In order to see this new type of consent and the rule, update the plugin to version 4, at least version 4.0, because that's when we started to add the support for IAB. Thank you for watching. I'm Cristian Stoicescu. Pixel Your Site is our main product, and the ConsentMagic is our consent plugin. You can find it on pixelyoursite.com. Share this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.